Well, thank you for joining us on the third day of our adventure from Mississippi to Maine in my Luscombe. I hope you've been enjoying my videos so far. There are many more videos to come, each for the remaining days of the trip. It was almost 10 days total. And day 1 and 2 are linked in the description of this video, just in case you want to go rewatch those. Well, we began our day at dawn there at Robert Newland Field, and we began by taking off and crossing the Ohio River from West Virginia into Ohio. We flew along the gorgeous rolling hills as low as we could. You could smell the spring dew permeate the cool, still morning air. The inside of the Luscombe can feel pretty crowded at times, especially with 2 people, camera bag, GPS, a couple water bottles, and some charts. But there's so much to see outside the cockpit that you forget any discomforts. We could also see the damage done years and years ago from the glaciers, which gave West Virginia and southern Ohio their rocky shape. But that all of a sudden dropped off into cool, smooth, low-lying farmland in middle northern Ohio. We spotted a ton of horse racing tracks, and we even orbited over a few of them.
We made a stop at Springfield-Beckley Airport at about a third of the way through our day, both because of the weather toward the east and also so that we could visit the Wright-Patterson Air Force Museum. So we fueled up the airplane, tied it down a parking spot, borrowed a car from the FBO and drove off to the museum, and it was amazing. There were airplanes of all shapes, sizes, colors, and varieties in general. There were seaplanes, fast airplanes, really fast airplanes, really fast airplanes, and airplanes that are so fast that it's kind of ridiculous. I'd never seen the XB-70 in person before, and I knew it was big, but it shattered any expectations I had. It is massive. The B-58 there was just so sleek and gorgeous as well, and by that point we weren't even halfway finished with the museum. There were really big airplanes, of course, but at the same time, really small airplanes too. Propeller planes, jet planes, airplanes with whole crews, unmanned airplanes, ugly airplanes, naked airplanes, airplanes without wings, airplanes with so-called backwards wings, and a flying saucer to top it all. There was so much history in that museum that I have been absolutely convinced that I need to take a second trip there.
Well, the Luscombe, only having 65 horses up front, is not exactly the quickest thing in the sky. We usually get around 90 miles an hour, but sometimes the headwind can slow you down just enough so that highway traffic's going by faster than we are. Well, by around 4 p.m., we had flown all the way from southern Ohio all the way up to Lake Erie. Having spent several years up in Port Clinton shooting in the national rifle matches, it was quite a treat to finally get to fly in. After we had dinner at my favorite restaurant and ice cream shop, we got back in the Luscombe and hopped over to some small islands there just off the shore of Lake Erie, and we did several touch-and-go landings out there. Those islands include Put-in Bay, Rattlesnake Island, Middle Bass Island, and North Bass Island. Well, once our touch-and-goes were complete, we then made the final leg of our trip to Geauga County Airport, where a good friend of ours from school set up for us to spend the night with the EAA chapter there on the field. We flew right underneath the lowest shelf of the Cleveland Class Bravo airspace without even a care and headed right for Geauga County. As we left Port Clinton behind, we also came across the Sandusky Amusement Park right on the shore of Lake Erie. Well, as we made it into Geauga County, our soon-to-be friends were there waiting for us from EAA Chapter 5, and they even helped us bed down and help us change the oil in the airplane. It was a long day for us, but stay tuned for Day 4 when we spearhead our way into Vermont. I'm sure you'll enjoy it, and make sure to click the bell icon to get notified when my next video comes out.